Xiaomi started selling the SU7 on March 28th last year in 2024 in China. Pre-orders opened on the same day, and within 24 hours they had received 88,000 confirmed orders, so quite a few. The Ultra version of it boasts up to 15,500 horsepower, but after quite a few crashes and a couple of deaths, something had to change, really. It's not a very good thing. It's a bad story. Hello folks, Ben Alexander here. Welcome back to the Charge Show. Thank you very much for stopping by. I really appreciate your time. Feel free to check out the members part on YouTube to see if you want to join on there. So the Xiaomi SU7, beautiful car, available in multiple variants. The Standard, the Pro, the Max, the Ultra. So the Standard version has a 73.6 kilowatt hour battery, and the CLTC range is about 700 kilometers. The Pro version is a 94.3 kilowatt hour LFP battery, which gives a range of about 830 CLTC. The Max version, which is 101 kilowatt hour, has an NMC battery with 800 kilometers of range, and that can do 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 2.78 seconds. And the Ultra version, this is the quick one with a 93.7 kilowatt hour battery, NMC battery pack. Tri-motor, all-wheel drive, 1548 horsepower or 1770 newton meters of torque, or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 1.98 seconds. A lot of numbers. So the top speed genuinely is 350 kilometers per hour, which is crazy. So I'll put the specs as well near the end to show you how fast it is compared with the Tesla Model S Plaid, because it is noticeably quicker. So initially, Xiaomi implemented performance restrictions on the SU7 Ultra, the really quick one, to ensure driver safety, so that nobody obviously dies. Upon delivery, the vehicle's output was limited to 900 horsepower, which is obviously completely safe. 15.5, not safe. 900 horsepower, totally safe apparently. The top speed was capped at 140 kilometers per hour. These restrictions were automatically lifted as soon as the car clocked 300 kilometers of driving, allowing access to the full 15,500 horsepower and the top speed, which is actually just over 350 kilometers per hour. However, in 2025, this year, in May, Xiaomi introduced a software update, version 1.70, that altered this approach. So under the new system, to unlock the vehicle's full performance, owners were required to complete a qualifying lap on an approved racetrack, meeting specific benchmark times, which is interesting, isn't it? This measure aimed to ensure that only drivers that are actually capable of handling the car's immense power could access its full capabilities. So this change sparked quite a lot of backlash from the SU7 Ultra owner community. They actually thought these requirements were overly restrictive, and that was overstepping the mark somewhat. And in response to this, Xiaomi actually just reversed that decision, removed the performance limitations, and acknowledged the need for better communication or something regarding software updates. So as of now, the SU7 Ultra owners can access the vehicle's full performance after the initial 300 kilometer driving period without the need for additional qualifications or even going to the track or anything like that, which is crazy. Even if you just drive down a motorway for 300 kilometers, that's apparently sufficient. That's okay. So I've actually been offered the opportunity to go and film with a couple of SU7s, the Max and the Ultra, in China. So let me know if you'd like me to go and if you'd like to see that, or what kind of videos you'd like to see, and just put that in the comments below. So let's talk about the SU7 Ultra and how it stacks up against the Model S Plaid, because it is interesting, obviously. So the SU7 Ultra has a tri-motor setup, 1,548 horsepower compared to the 1,020 horsepower in the Model S Plaid. The Xiaomi hits 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 1.98 seconds, which is slightly quicker than the Plaid, which does it in 2.1 seconds. The top speed, the SU7 Ultra can hit 350 kilometers per hour, and the Tesla can do a paltry 322 kilometers per hour. Both of them have battery packs just over 90 kilowatt hours, but the Xiaomi uses NMC chemistry. Also, there's a big difference in price, 70,000 for the Ultra version and the Model S Plaid is 90 to 100,000 US dollars, depending on the market and where you're buying it. So after this fatal crash in an SU7, which was being driven autonomously, by the way, in March, 3 university students died in that crash. And so questions were raised and people were talking about it in China. How fast is too fast, especially for public roads? So even though the SU7 involved in the crash wasn't the Ultra model, I mean, to be fair, even if it's not the Ultra model, the next one down is still 700 horsepower, so it's obviously quite quick. The spotlight turned sharply to safety, especially around really, really quick EVs in China and semi-autonomous driving. So now, as of May 2025, the 300-kilometer limit is back, and then you get the full power, and then the track requirement is now gone. But all of this raises a bigger question, I think. So should governments be stepping in to limit how powerful EVs can be on public roads? In the 90s, Japan introduced a so-called gentleman's agreement to cap car power at about 280 horsepower. And we might see something similar in China, maybe. Not officially, but quietly it's been encouraged through software and licensing rules to limit the car power, but nobody's really discussed what that number would be. So what are your thoughts on the balance between performance and safety in modern EVs? How fast is enough? And at what point are they stepping over the line, and it's not reasonable? I personally feel quite happy with 120 or 140 horsepower in my cars. I don't feel like that's slow at all. And so many cars these days have 200 horsepower or 250 horsepower. And for me, I don't really need that. I'm really happy with less, if I'm honest, but 200's okay though. But how much is too much? Let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching. And you can say whatever you like in the comments, and I will read them all and reply to whoever wants to reply.